So if you're a local service-based business and you are not using the correct advertising platform, then you are burning a lot of money. So in today's video, I'm gonna share with you how Google ads can scale and make you tons of money, and why Facebook ads might actually be burning your money unless you know how to use both of these platforms correctly. So by the end of this video, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to build a profitable lead generation system where you don't have to rely on third parties and essentially, leaving a lot of money on the table, wasting or burning money, and ultimately how to scale your business profitably. All right, so I'm gonna go through the pros and cons of each platform and how to maximize each one, and actually which platform is the best for your local business, okay? So pros and cons. We're gonna run through Facebook ads here. We're gonna start with the pros of Facebook ads. Now, Facebook ads is gonna be great for brand awareness and retargeting, right? Because you're able to push your services to people who don't know you yet, but they're interested, but they just don't know that they need you. So it's always a great way to remind people who have already visited your website to actually come back. And that's where retargeting comes in, right? So people maybe have visited your website, or maybe they don't know about you. Facebook ads is great when it comes to brand awareness because you're able to show your ads to your local city, your local area, your radius, whatever it is, bringing attention to your business, back to your business, or bringing attention to your business from new customers. The second thing here is that Facebook ads is a great visual platform because it uses images and videos to demonstrate your value. So you're going to be able to, customers are able to see your before and after photos, your customer testimonials, the behind the scenes of you working, you and your team. And this is going to build trust and credibility for your business, which is powerful, right? So the whole purpose of the brand awareness is to build that credibility, build that trust, which is what we call the top of the funnel of marketing. In the funnel, that's where we bring them in, they get used to you, they know you better, they know you, like you, trust you. That's how you're able to acquire new customers. The third thing here is low cost per click generally for most niches, especially compared to competitive Google keywords, okay? So with Facebook ads, you are mainly, really trying to grow your brand awareness because you're not really showing your ads to your ideal customers, where people are in the market to buy from you. Facebook ads is more about brand awareness. So because Facebook or Meta knows this, generally your cost per click isn't going to be as high because you're more so paying per impressions. Now, the great thing here with Facebook ads is that you're able to target precise demographic targeting. Okay, you're gonna be able to target people based off of their age, their income level, whether they are a homeowner or not, their interests. So this really helps us show our ads to people who may be interested in our services. Now, this is gonna be great because we're no longer gonna just be showing our ads to random people, random strangers who maybe have no interest in what it is that we have to offer, right? If we have, if let's say we are selling cribs for newly parents or newborn babies, then we're not going to be showing our ads to people who are single. Or another example is maybe we have items that we are selling towards just males or just females, right? We're able to target very precisely on our demographics, so that way we have the most ideal audience to see our advertising. And lastly here, I believe that Facebook ads have really great lookalike audience, and what this allows us to do is that we're able to leverage existing customer data to find similar people. So what that means is that, let's say you have been in business for a while and you have a large customer sheet of 3,000, 5,000 past customers. What we could do is actually grab that data, that CSV file, we can upload it to Facebook. Facebook is going to use the algorithm and based off of their data and knowledge off of this customer sheet, they're able to go out and find more customers that are similar to your customer sheet. Now, this is called a lookalike audience on Facebook, and this is one of the most powerful tools on any platform. Okay, I believe that Facebook ads have really great algorithms when it comes to lookalike audience. So the more data that we can give as far as, hey, this is what our exact customers look like, here's their age, here's where they live, here's how much money they make. Facebook just has data on everybody, okay? And the more data that we feed them and say, hey, this is exactly what we want, Facebook does a really amazing job of using their data and AI algorithm based to go out there and find more customers for you. So that is powerful when it comes to running ads on Facebook platform. Now, I'm gonna go switch over here to the cons of Facebook, okay? Now, with Facebook, obviously, because we're really just building brand awareness and we are trying to essentially capture someone's attention, right? Because no one's going on Facebook to look for a plumber, roofer, or electrician, okay? So the traffic is going to be much more low intent when it comes to Facebook ads, because people are just simply not searching for your service, okay? You're having to interrupt them while they scroll with, crazy videos or crazy images to capture their attention. The leads are much colder and they often require more nurturing. So if you ever ran Facebook ads or Instagram ads before, you're getting leads coming in, but they're not really calling you directly, and you have to follow up with these leads. And most of the time they don't answer the phone, or they forgot that they filled out the contact form, or they don't even know who you are because they filled out the contact form for multiple other companies. So oftentimes we have to nurture them more, we have to build more rapport, and it's just a longer process from lead to customer. It's a longer customer journey, okay? Second thing here is click fatigue. Users are going to, they may ignore or just get ignored or get annoyed with your repetitive ads, okay? So unless you're coming up with new creatives, new video ads, new image ads to keep things fresh, if people start seeing your ads too much, and they're just gonna simply get tired of it, okay? They're not interested with what you have to offer, or it's just, you're not just capturing their attention well enough with your creative ads. So click fatigue could be an issue that comes up with Facebook ads. It's harder to track real return on investments for service-based businesses. So unless you have a strong tracking in place, phone call integrations and follow-ups, many leads may feel invincible. Okay, so unless you have a really strong process in the back end where you know exactly where the leads are coming from, if the lead is turning into a customer or not, how often are they turning into customers, and all these things are very difficult to track unless you have a very dialed-in system. And so it just makes things a little bit more difficult to track return on investment when it comes to running ads for your business. And so, like I mentioned before, you need strong creative to stand out. Otherwise, people are just going to get, you're just going to be fatigued, right? People are going to just start getting tired of seeing your ads all the time. So if you have bad video or image, it doesn't matter how good your business is or how long you've been in business, you're going to waste your ad dollars, okay? So in order to be successful on Facebook, you need to have good ad creatives. You need to have constantly refresh ads to avoid ad fatigue. If you don't do this, people are gonna get tired and your cost per click is gonna go up because no one's really interested. Okay. And then lastly here, it's just less reliable for emergency services. So no one scrolls on Facebook looking for an emergency plumber. Okay. So if you are in the emergency urgent service-based business, then you're probably not going to be able to advertise any sort of emergency urgent services on Facebook. All right. So jumping over to the pros of Google Ads here. Google Ads is obviously much higher intent traffic because people are actively searching for your services. Okay. So people are searching a plumber near me, roof repair in Dallas, electrician in Newport Beach, Los Angeles. So these are people that are already searching for you, which makes them red hot leads. Okay. So these leads are much closer to buying and are often ready to call or book right away, which is why most of the leads that we generate from Google, they're actually calling you directly and not just filling out some form. So that way you are saving much more time having to follow up with leads, nurture leads, build a relationship with leads in order for them to become a customer with you. But if you're looking for speed where your phones are ringing much more, you're answering the phones and you're just booking these leads in to get out to the job, then that is the pro of Google Ads, because the traffic quality is much more high intent on this platform. Okay. Now, with Google Ads, you're paying per click and not impression. With Facebook ads, you're paying for impression just to show your ads. Impression just means how many times your ads are being shown, okay? So you're paying for impressions. And on Google, you're paying per click. So that means that you only pay when someone searches you up in the Google search engine, sees your ad, clicks on your ad, and not for just your ad showing up. Okay, so you're not paying for your ads just to show up, but you're paying when someone searches for you, sees your ad, and actually clicks on your ad. So that means they've already had the intent of hiring someone. They're already searching for it, they see your ad, they click on it, they have the intent to hire you or buy from you. And then it's very easy to target by location and keywords. Okay, so with your Google campaign, you can actually laser focus on your service area and show up for specific search phrases relevant to your service. Okay, so for example, we have a lot of plumbing clients, we have a lot of lawyer clients. For example, like we have a client for car accidents. Okay, so let's say an accident lawyer wants more car accident cases. Then we would target the keyword car accident lawyer, Los Angeles. Okay, so that means someone that searches up car accident lawyer in Los Angeles means that they're looking for just a car accident lawyer in Los Angeles. And so by knowing that, when we target that specific keyword and our ad shows up for it, we're showing the user exactly what it is that they're already searching up for. So, they search for it, they see what they're looking up, they click on our ad, they call us. And that's how we're able to generate leads that actually turn into cases, turn to new customers, turn to new patients for our clients. Now, another beautiful thing when it comes to Google Ads here is fast results. You can literally launch a campaign and start generating leads the very same day, okay? So Google Ads is all about speed. You're not, just showing your ad. And Google is actually one of the highest visited websites out of any website. Okay, it's the #1 search engine, along with YouTube. Google owns YouTube as well, so it's the #1 search engine in the world, and people go here to find whatever it is that they are looking for. Which is why when we launch a campaign the same day, we can literally start generating new calls, new leads, new customers, new booked appointments the same exact day. With Google, it is very trackable return on investment, because we're able to integrate call tracking, form tracking, and even conversion value, how much revenue you're making per job. So when it comes to Google Ads, everything is very, very trackable. And if you ran Google Ads before and you're not tracking things, you have to make sure that you're tracking things. Most of the time, I would say 80 to 85% of business owners who are running ads are just flying blind because they're not tracking properly. So whenever we are running ads, we want to make sure that we are tracking phone calls, we are tracking, lead forms, we're tracking, who's turning into customers. And when we are tracking things, it's all being recorded inside of Google Ads. So the more data that we can feed Google and say, hey, here are the keywords, here are the ads that triggered these leads, triggered these phone calls, triggered these new customers, Google's going to get a better understanding of what it is that you want as a business, and then they're going to go out there and simply get you more of it. So that's why with Google, over time, your campaign's performance actually improves. So not only are you generating more lead volume, but your lead quality is also getting better and improving as well, because Google is collecting all this data for you because they know exactly what it is that you want. So that's only possible if we are tracking properly. If we're not tracking properly, Google's not going to know what triggered the phone call, what triggered the new customer, what triggered the new lead, and they're just not going to be able to optimize. So that's why it's really, really important to make sure that you're tracking and not flying blind. Now, Google Local Service Ads, or known as LSA, has been a great new addition to Google Ads because it's a pay-per-lead option with credibility boost through Google Guarantee. So through Google Guarantee, Google Local Service Ads, they ask for documentations, licensing to get you approved for this specific feature or on their platform. And what happens then is that you get a check mark next to your business showing that you are a legit business, you are approved by Google. And so actually most of the time when you are approved through Google Local Service Ads, you are generating much higher quality leads, and you're only paying per lead as well, okay? So you're only paying per lead, which is a great option, and all the leads that do come in are all high quality as well. So if you ever need help with setting up your Google Local Service Ads or anything with the Google Ads side, my name is Jordan. We actually run a Google Ads agency. We've managed over $15 million in ad spend for clients across all industries. And so if you need help with that, book a call with me and my team. I'll leave a link in the description. And if we're a good fit for each other, then we would be more than happy to help you out. Okay. And so lastly here with the Google Ads, that it is evergreen. Okay. The demand doesn't fluctuate drastically. People will always Google for local services. Okay. So obviously there's seasonalities in slower seasons, higher seasons, the market might change or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, the search volume doesn't drastically fluctuate when it comes to Google because it is the #1 search engine, okay? So if you are looking to capture demand and not leave money on the table, you want to be on Google's platform and just make sure everything is set up properly. All right, so let's jump into the cons here. Okay, so now with Google, obviously it's going to have a higher cost per click in competitive niches because the quality leads are much better, and Google understands this. So you're paying a premium for these clicks. Okay, you're not just showing impressions to people who aren't interested or don't have intent. And so because of that, if you are a lawyer, you're in the HVAC business, plumbing, roofing, or any sort of, similar industries, things can get a little bit more pricey. Okay, so the cost per click can range anywhere between $15 all the way up to above $100 per click, depending on your niche and location. Okay, so if you are, for example, a car accident lawyer, personal injury lawyer, your cost per click can range anywhere between $100 to $200 to $250, right? And that's because your case value can range anywhere between 3,500 all the way up to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000. Okay, we actually had a personal injury lawyer where we were able to help him settle a case, and he was able to make $100,000 from that. Okay, and the campaign that he spent with us, he probably spent around 10K. So he spent around 10K, generated a bunch of leads, and then he actually got one case that he settled for that was worth $100,000 to him. And this isn't to take account all the other small cases that he was able to get, but it just goes to show that the cost is generally going to be a little bit higher on the Google ad side of things, depending on your niche and your location, just because the quality leads are going to be much higher on these platforms. Okay, and I'm not saying, you know, the cost per click is going to be $100, $200 for a plumbing niche and stuff like that, right? It still makes sense at the end of the day. So with Google, it's gonna take optimizations, okay? So if you have poor keyword targeting, you don't have good ad copy, then this can really burn your money fast, all right? So if you think that you're just gonna slap together a simple Google ad campaign, you're gonna go through a smart campaign, you're gonna have a Google rep set up a Google campaign for you, then essentially you're probably not gonna be successful in Google ads, okay? Because if you're allowing Google to set up your campaign, Google is a business. They're one of the most profitable businesses in the world, and if you allow them to be in control of your ads, that just means you're going to be paying more than you should be, and that means you're not going to be as profitable, and you actually might not be profitable at all. So that is the downside of Google. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're optimizing the Google campaign. You want to make sure that you're targeting the right things, so that way you're not burning through your money and actually having a profitable, consistent lead generation system for your business. Now with Google, there's no visual branding. Okay, it's all text-based, so it's less useful for building brand recognition or emotional connection. Okay, so with Google, you're not really as focused on brand awareness. Okay, you're not showing your before and after photo, videos, and images and stuff like that, unless they get to your landing page and they can see, you can share that with them. But it's really text-based, right? Because if someone searches on Google, they're just seeing headlines or ad copy. They like what they see, they click on it, you land on your landing page, they like what they see there, your photos and stuff and videos, they can check it out on the landing page, they like it there, then they will call you to book an appointment. But in the front end of the advertising, you're not, you know, going through images or videos or anything like that. And then lastly here, the call only campaigns can miss off our leads. Okay, so if no one picks up, you might lose that lead unless you follow up. Okay, so this means that if you are a business and you are, you know, not great at picking up the phone, or you're just not ready to handle lead volume yet, then Google ads may not be for you. Okay, because you're paying a premium fee for these clicks and these leads, and if you're not getting to these leads, these people are just going to call the next business to buy from them. Okay, so if you're running Google ads, you have to make sure that you are actively on the phone or able to have someone trained available during ad hours, pick up the phone and book these leads in. So here is a summary between Google ads and Facebook ads. Okay, so the intent level of the traffic is going to be high on Google, and it's going to be much lower on Facebook ads. Lead quality is going to be strong on Google. Facebook ads, it can vary when it comes to lead quality, because in the front end, if you're running a cold ad, you know, the quality is not going to be as great. But if you're running retargeting ads or a lookalike audience ads, then the quality of those leads might be a little bit better. Nonetheless, the intent level is not there, right? That means that you're still having to build rapport, you're still having to nurture these people, and they're not really calling in directly as much as if they're already searching on Google. Okay, when it comes to visual branding, building recognition, building your reputation, your branding and stuff like that, I would say Facebook ads is going to win in that category, because you're able to share your image, your before and after, your videos of your crew working and things like that. So Google ads is not going to be the best when it comes to building a brand. That's going to be more on the Facebook platform. Conversion time. Now, if you are looking to generate leads fast that are going to turn to customers, get paid quickly, then hands down Google ads is the way to go, because they have high intent, they're searching, they're calling you, and let's get things done. Okay, with Facebook ads, They just sort of see your ad, maybe they like it, maybe they don't. They'll fill out a contact form, you have to follow up. They're gonna forget who you are. Sometimes they don't even pick up the phone, so you gotta call multiple times. So the conversion time is just a lot slower on Facebook. So here is why Google Ads is going to win when it comes to local service-based businesses, okay? The buyer intent means faster leads. Google is gonna capture people who are ready to buy now for your business, and you show up when they actually want you, not when you're interrupting their feed and trying to capture their attention running ads on Facebook. You're gonna get more direct conversions, okay? You can drive phone calls, form submissions, direct bookings, so you don't need to have some sort of complex funnel through Facebook. These people are already interested, they see your ad, they call you, it's very straightforward. And you're able to it's much easier to scale profitably because once your campaigns, they get dialed in, you have data on what's working, what's not working. All you really need to do is just start increasing your budget on Google, and you can start seeing a proportional increase in your leads. You can finally start dominating hot traffic. Facebook is great for branding, but Google is great for getting booked for local service-based businesses. So when someone's pipes burst, they're not browsing Instagram or Facebook. They're looking for, somebody to help out right now. And so that is a hot market or hot traffic and red hot leads. And so that's why Google dominates any other platform when it comes to for this. The trust factor, okay? People are searching up Google reviews. You have Google guarantee with the LSA, you get the check mark, get verified. It's very simple to do. And then you can get a prominent placement that gives you credibility that Facebook can't really match, okay? Because on Facebook, it's just a feed. People are watching cat videos and stuff like that. But on Google, people search it up, they see a check mark, you're approved by Google, you're a trusted business. And so people are much more likely to work with you when they see those reviews and all that good stuff. So just a final note here, you want to use Google Ads as your primary lead driver when it comes to, hey, let's generate new customers right now. And then you want to use Facebook Ads as a support tool when it comes to retargeting visitors who maybe didn't buy the first time. And you want to just get them, stay on top of mind and get them to come back to your business and buy something for you. Building long-term brand equity. So if you want to build long-term brand, combine the two so that way you have visual and images, and you have the high intent leads as well. And they can promote, offer seasonal deals on Facebook Ads. But regardless, together, they're powerful. If you had to pick just one for your local service, then Google Ads is the way to go. So if you need help with your Google Ads, you are a local service-based business and you are, everything that we just talked about here in this video, and you need some help, then book a call with me and my team. Like I said, we manage over $15 million in ad spend on Google Ads now. We've been around for 6.5 years now. We're not just some new marketing company. We've been doing this for a really, really long time. So we have a lot of data on what works and what doesn't. So if you're interested, book a call with me and my team. My link is going to be in the description. And if you've enjoyed this video whatsoever, drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this, and comment what was your key takeaway from this. I'm really curious to know, so that way I can know, what type of videos to make next.